Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Neeti Goyal from IGN College, District Kurukshetra. Today we are going to talk on the module Coordination from paper Principles of Management. Learning outcome. After completing this module, students will be able to know about coordination, role of coordination in each function of management, various types of coordination, and to know how coordination helps in achieving the goals of an organization. Introduction. Coordination means synchronization of efforts of group members so as to provide unity of action for pursuing common goals. It is the hidden force which binds all other functions of management. According to Mooney and Riley, coordination is orderly arrangement of group efforts to provide unity of action in pursuit of common goals. According to Charles Worth, coordination is the integration of several parts into orderly whole to achieve the purpose of understanding. Management seeks to achieve coordination through its basic functions of planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Coordination is not a separate function, it is the essence of management and is inherent in all functions of management. Harmony between the efforts is the key to success or performance of any function. For example, the process of manufacturing shirts include knitting of thread, dyeing, designing, spinning, stitching, finishing, and then packaging. This process requires coordination at each step because each step in manufacturing is dependent upon other. A firm which has to complete the order of manufacturing 1 lakh shirts need to coordinate at every step. If cloth is not ready in time, stitching will be delayed, which will further delay every activity. Production is possible in time if other departments coordinate to speed up their work. If they do not, goodwill will be affected and firm might also lose the order. Significance or need of coordination for an organization. Coordination is required to achieve common objectives when people work together. It is the basic cementing force in an organization. Coordination becomes necessary because of the following reasons. Increase in size and complexity of operations. Growth in the number and complexity of operations is the major factor which requires coordination. Whenever there are people who work together for achieving common objectives, their efforts need to be coordinated, otherwise they will not be able to achieve the objectives. Need for coordination arises as soon as the operations become multiple, diversified, and complex. In large organizations, formal coordination of activities is established through the proper organizational structure. More hierarchical levels make organization complex, which makes communication system complex and hence coordination. Also, the organizations have become multinational today. Coordination is required at every step, both for their survival and growth. Constant efforts must be made to ensure harmonious functioning of the enterprise. Second is specialization. Specialization promotes focus on one's own work. With division and subdivision of work, each individual handles a small portion of the work, but work of each of them is related to other. For example, in production department of a unit manufacturing shirts, the work of sewing is dependent on the spinning of cloth. Similarly, production department may insist on the manufacture of those products which are convenient and economical to produce. They are not that much concerned with consumers' needs. So it becomes necessary to coordinate the diverse and specialized activities of different units to create unity in the midst of diversity. Generally, greater the division of labor, more is the need for coordination. Specialization will not yield desired results unless specialized activities are effectively synchronized. Also, specialization leads to horizontal and vertical differentiation of organizational activities. The greater the differentiation, more serious is the problem of communication. Hence, coordination becomes inevitable. Clash of interest. Coordination helps in integrating individual goals with the organizational goals. An effective leader has an important role to play in coordination. He tells them how the achievement of organizational goals will help them pursue their individual goals as well. Since individuals have their own goals, which may be the achievement of their psychological and sociological needs. Individuals often are not aware as to how the achievement of organizational goals will satisfy their personal goals. They may run behind fulfilling their personal interests at the expense of the organizational goals. Coordination helps to avoid conflict between individual and organizational goals. It brings harmony between the two types of goals by telling individuals how the achievement of organizational goals will help contribute to their personal goals as well. This way, coordination promotes focus on organizational objectives. Different outlook. No two individuals are same. Each individual has his own way of working and has a different approach towards problems. Each has his own talent, speed, and working capacity. For effective pursuit of work, it is must to fill the gap between the different approaches, timing, and effort to secure unity of action. So these differences need to be coordinated. Greater these differences, tougher is the coordination. Interdependence of units. Each unit of organization has a different work to do, but they together aim at achieving the organization objectives. The units of an organization depend upon one another for their successful functioning. The output of one unit serves as the input of another unit. There are three types of interdependence as identified by James D. Thompson, namely pooled interdependence, sequential interdependence, and reciprocal interdependence. Under pooled interdependence, various units contribute to the organizational pool in their own way and do not depend on each other for performance of their day-to-day activities. In sequential interdependence, the output of one unit becomes the input of another. Thus, other unit cannot do its work until the work in the preceding unit has completed. In reciprocal interdependence, different units are related reciprocally and share a give and take relationship. The need for coordination increases with increase in the interdependence between organizational units. It is highest in reciprocal interdependence and least in pooled interdependence. Conflicts. Coordination of activities avoids potential sources of conflict. Coordination can be ensured through proper planning, clearly defining the roles and responsibilities and their authorities, proper communication, and through effective leadership and control procedures. Empire building. Some members in the organization may have a tendency to show their importance and hence may overemphasize their own activities. They may try to take maximum possible share of the total resources for their own units as if the units were separate entities. This tendency leads to conflicts between various organs of the enterprise, leading to lack of cooperation and self-coordination. Proper synchronization of efforts keeps check on such empire-building tendencies. Personal jealousies and rivalries. Organizations comprise of human beings and personality clashes are quite common in human organizations. These personality clashes encourage rivalry and lead to deliberate distortion of coordination. Such rivalry is often accentuated by lack of clear-cut goals and specific authority limits. Proper definition of authority and responsibilities of each and every job position serves as a formal coordination procedure and reduces possibilities of any such rivalry. Principles of coordination. Principles of coordination serve as a guide in establishing coordination within the organization and helps in making it more effective. The four principles of coordination, as given by Mary Parker Follett, a great psychologist, a great sociologist, and political philosopher, have been: principle of direct contact. The main problem which widens the gap between the organizational members is the lack of proper communication. In an organization, the entire team involved in the completion of tasks must have as much direct contact with each other as possible. It helps avoid long communication channels. Inadequate communication triggers misunderstandings and organizational conflicts. Principle of coordination in early stages. Coordination among organizational members should be established from the earliest stages of workflow. In other words, effective coordination is possible only when all the members, be the managers or those working at the lowest level of the workflow, coordinate with each other. Principle of continuous process of coordination. Coordination is not a one-time job or drive. In fact, it is an ongoing process to conduct the ongoing orchestra of the organizational activities. If coordination breaks at any stage, it digs heavy on the organizational resources. Principle of situational authority. To ensure coordination, managers may even need to exercise the authority vested in them as per the situation emerges. The purpose of using such authority is not to gain dominance over others, but to bring about integration and harmony in the functioning of an organization. Follett terms this as the law of situation. Techniques of coordination. Coordination brings harmony in performance of the functions of the organization. Effective coordination can be ensured through the following techniques. First is the sound planning. Planning is the ideal stage for coordinating the activities. It infuses coordination in the very blood of the organization. Planning establishes the unity of purpose, which is the first essential condition for coordination. Goals of the organization and goals for each of its unit must be clearly defined. Planning tells what each member is expected to do, how to do it, when to do it. Planning clarifies each member's share in contributing towards the overall objectives of the organization. Different plans also need to be integrated properly. Precise policies and comprehensive programs facilitate coordination of activities and individuals. Simplified organization. Organization structure should be kept as simple as possible. A complex organization structure is difficult to understand and manage. A simple and sound organization promotes coordination. The authority and responsibility relationships for each job position should be clearly defined. It helps to avoid conflicts. It also allows fixing accountability. According to Stan Cosson, organization structure defines how tasks are to be allocated, who reports to who does what, and formal coordinating mechanism and interaction pattern. A well-drawn organization chart helps achieve objectives smoothly. An organizational structure may sometimes need to be redesigned if it does not align with the organizational strategy. Then is effective communication. Open and regular communication is the key to coordination. Effective exchange of opinions and information helps promote mutual understanding and paves way for resolving differences. Face-to-face communication is considered most effective means of communication for promoting coordination, as it allows for on-the-spot feedback, which helps clearing all doubts and misunderstandings effectively. It is the organizational structure which facilitates formal communication within the organization. It determines the flow of communication. Formation of committees provide an opportunity for free and frank exchange of views. They help promote unity of action. Collective decisions can be taken in committees which ensure coordination. When those who have to implement the decisions are themselves involved in decision making, they wholeheartedly perform the work and coordinate with others for its successful implementation. Informal communication can also serve as an effective tool for the purpose of coordination if used judiciously. Effective leadership and supervision. Effective leadership ensures coordination of efforts both at the planning and execution stage. A good leader continuously directs his subordinates towards the right path and motivates them to work together for the accomplishment of common objectives. Effective leadership helps the subordinates to meet personal goals with the organizers. When they find their personal goals accomplished through achieving organizational goals, they feel motivated and work in harmony for accomplishing the organization's objectives. Effective leadership does not require any formal authority, rules, and procedures to get the cooperation of the followers. In fact, no technique of coordination can replace effective leadership. Coordination is a human task, and a manager can accomplish it through interpersonal relations. Informal communication with subordinates is more effective to create a climate of mutual trust and cooperation. Luther Gallic has described the use of leadership in coordination as coordinating by ideas. Chain of command. Coordination can also be achieved through the exercise of authority. The organizational structure defines the authority of each position and thus defines the superior-subordinate relationships. Exercise of authority through hierarchy is the traditional means of coordination. Hierarchical chain binds together the different parts of an organization and relates them to a central authority. As for example, all the subordinates are linked to their superior through the chain of command. The interpersonal and intergroup conflicts between the subordinates can be resolved by the superior by using his authority. He can issue orders and instructions to subordinates to work in coordination. However, use of formal authority for coordinating activities can just be a short-term solution. It cannot work for long and is inconsistent with the needs of mature personality. It may impair communication and decision making. Incentives. Providing adequate incentives may also secure coordination. Employees may not like to work wholeheartedly when not properly incentivized. For example, sharing of profits with the employees may be helpful in promoting team spirit and cooperation between employers. Having mutual interest reduces stiffs and better coordination. Liaison departments. Liaison officers may also be appointed in the organization to facilitate communication and coordination. In some cases, frequent contact between different organizational units is necessary. Liaison officers may be employed to link those units. For instance, a liaison department may link the production department and sales department by ensuring that production is going as per specifications promised to the sales department. Special coordinators may also be appointed in certain cases. Liaison officers work as the linking pins and compensate for lack of face-to-face communication. Voluntary coordination. Under self-coordination, members of an organization voluntarily adjust their behavior according to the needs of the situation. Every organizational unit appreciates the work of related units and modifies its own functioning to harmonize with the overall functioning of the organization. They take into account the effect of their actions on others. Self-coordination is possible when there is dedication and mutual cooperation. It results from team spirit and a sense of belongingness to the organization. For self-coordination, individuals must have adequate knowledge of organizational goals, adequate information, and should be well motivated to do something on their own. However, self-coordination cannot be relied upon fully as these conditions are hard to be fulfilled. It is not a substitute of formal coordination. Managers need to make deliberate efforts to bring unity of purpose in the activities of subordinates. Herman has rightly said, neither the principle of self-coordination nor the concept of self-adjustment is a substitute for coordination. Managers and leaders need to bring coordination so that the goal of the enterprise can be successfully attained. Types of coordination. George Terry, a great management thinker and philosopher, viewed coordination as a dynamic activity. He explained the following types of coordination: coordination within the individual, coordination among individuals of a group, coordination among groups of an enterprise, and coordination among enterprise and the forces of the world. Coordination can also be classified on the following basis. On the basis of scope, coordination can be internal coordination and external coordination. On the basis of flow, coordination can be vertical coordination and horizontal or lateral coordination. And then coordination can be procedural and substantive. Benefits of coordination. Coordination offers the following benefits or advantages: higher efficiency and economy. Coordination helps to improve the efficiency of operations by synchronizing them. It rates and balances the individual efforts and lead to harmony. Coordination synergizes the efforts. It binds organization together and enables it to make optimum use of its resources. Good human relations. Coordination improves the morale and job satisfaction among the employees. It provides cordial working conditions where employees can work with maximum efficiency. They feel a sense of belongingness towards the organization. A well-coordinated organization can attract, retain, and better utilize their personnel. Unity of direction. Coordination synchronizes the group effort so as to provide unity of action for pursuing common goals. In a well-coordinated organization, all employees work with zeal for the accomplishment of objectives. By binding together different departments and sections into one entity, coordination ensures the stability and growth of both the organization and the employees. Essence of management. Coordination is the key to all managerial functions. It is the essence of all management functions and also the end result of management. Management is nothing more than coordination of all activities and efforts and all internal and external forces which affect the organization. Organizational effectiveness. Coordination enhances the effectiveness and stability of the organization. It provides good working conditions, job satisfaction to the employees and promote sense of belongingness towards the organization. Labor unrest and employee turnover gets reduced to the minimum. Wastages are minimized. Employees feel contented and work for the betterment of the organization. It also attracts efficient personnel towards the organization. All this leads to organizational effectiveness. So students, let us now summarize what we have learned in this module. Coordination means integrating the efforts of group members to ensure unity of action to achieve common goals. Coordination binds all activities of the organization. It brings harmony between the efforts. Coordination is very important for smooth functioning of an organization. It is necessary at each step and every step and at each level of the organization, right from the planning to control. No work can be effectively completed without coordination. Coordination improves relation between employees and also between top management and lower level employees. It creates good working environment in the organization. An organization works smoothly and effectively by ensuring effective communication through sound planning, Through a sound organizational structure and through effective leadership, coordination can be easily achieved.